update, I went to the comedy show last week with Bert Kreischer.
On your ones.
On my ones.
Hanji.
That was interesting.
So let's break it up. There's the show.
Yeah.
And you doing it solo. Tell me both parts.
So I finished work at the flat about 5.
Right.
Got changed and I was like, let me dress up a little bit. So I wore some nice scopere.
You dressed up for yourself?
Yeah.
Wow, I love you,
Dressed
man.
up for myself
This
to look good,
is
man.
a man in fashion, okay?
Yeah.
He dresses up to impress himself.
Of course.
I like this. Define dressing up.
I wore a new jumper that I bought or was given as a present. I wore that.
Recycled present, yeah.
Yes. I wore a little chain. I wore a special ring.
What, sorry?
A little chain.
What's a little chain?
I have a little silver chain. I wear it out sometimes.
Sorry, this is outside,
Like a necklace.
like here.
No. It goes like around my
Like
neck.
rap artist.
Yeah.
Like Mayweather.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Oh
Even
my
though it cost
God.
me like 20 quid. Yeah.
Bro, you are definitely in fashion. What was the next thing you said? You got a ring.
I've got loads of rings at the flat that I just don't wear. And I've got
You
a bag
have
of them.
rings.
I've got a bag of them. I just don't remember to wear them.
Which finger do you wear the ring on?
So it's a ring that's a crown. I put it on my index finger just so I can twirl it as I'm thinking. Because it has little crown notches, I spin it on my finger and it helps me think.
I feel like after 103 episodes, I don't even know you, man. Like this is a side I have never ever seen.
Yeah. This is me making an
What,
effort.
have you got a hat? Do you wear a hat?
I did wear a hat because it was cold, so I had to wear a duppy.
Oh, okay.
Just
But
out
not
and
like
about.
a bowler hat. Or
No. Oh my god, bowler hat. No.
Have you got a cane?
No. Then it was trainers, jeans,
Okay.
oversized jacket because it was cold.
Cold, yeah.
Yeah. So walk to the station, get on the tube, get to Hammersmith, all good. Get out of Hammersmith and the queue was unbelievable.
Aha, I know now. So let's orient, because I've had a similar experience there. So you got the Hammersmith Polo, which is there.
Yeah, in front of you.
You got the what they call the barricades.
Yes.
Right? And so has the line gone so long that you stop seeing the venue?
Yes.
Wraps around the left.
It wraps around to the left, then comes back to the front,
Yep.
then goes down
Back.
the side.
Yeah.
I've never been in a queue that big that goes down the side.
Last March, I and Audi, the same thing. And I was like, because we've been in Bungalow Showdown, I didn't think this part existed that you could queue.
Yeah.
All right, so you're in the queue.
So I walked all the way down the opposite street.
Yep.
I've never been down that street before. It's
Yep.
kind of rough.
Yeah, no reason to go there.
I got down there.
You're like, such a nice venue.
Yeah.
And then you got this, and you're like, oh, okay.
Got down there and loads of white people. I didn't see a single ethnic person or white people. That's it.
Dad like that?
I wasn't dad like that. I was like, oh, okay, I understand the audience now.
Change his name in it.
Huh?
Change his name. It's not Inderveer today. It's Mr.
Ian.
Indy. Ian. Hi guys, I'm Ian from the podcast.
Ian's in the house.
The
Ian's in the
Ian
house.
Doctor podcast.
Yeah, the Ian and Doctor podcast, baby. Right. So walking up, standing behind a bunch of people on my own. I got my headphones in. I'm just listening to a different podcast.
Jamming.
Chilling. Get inside eventually, and I'd already planned ahead. I know what the drill is. You obviously have a bottle of Barney, and you have to tip the Barney before you get in. So that way, there's nothing in there.
Correct.
But you have to re-queue up to get to the front. Now, here's a gripe I have with Hammersmith. They didn't have a jug of water on the side that you can just pour something into. I had to queue up
For the bar.
That took half an hour.
Yeah.
So that's
Cursed Child, when we went
ages.
recently, had
Yeah.
that system. They had the jug.
Yeah, the jug is brilliant because
Yeah.
people who are
Barney-
sober,
Barney's
like
Barney,
me,
man.
it's nice.
Yeah, so you got to queue up at the bar. But here's a quick key question. Was it better than Manchester's Barney?
Oh yeah, it's fine.
That dirty Manchester Barney. ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਹਰਵੀਰ ਕੌਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ
Yeah,
dirty Barney
O2
again.
Academy, disgusting, man.
It's it's the same brand, isn't it? Hammersmith? I know
Yeah,
it's not.
but Goran, that venue was run down.
Yeah.
That venue needs renovation.
Yeah, but exactly.
pipes need changing
When
at
when we booked it, we were like, oh, it's gonna be sick, man. Prestige. It's obviously Russell Peters. Let's see
Yeah,
if
but
like
it's
a proper venue.
Manchester.
Yeah, but Manchester.
If it's at the MEN,
Yeah.
that's prestige.
That's the thing. Yeah.
If it's at the O2, you think it is.
you
but
think
it's
exactly,
just sponsored.
exactly.
Just sponsored by the O2.
Yeah. So that was the perception. But yeah, Hammersmith is just a different level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your Barney.
So got my Barney, sat
Yeah.
down, and I'm sitting next to a couple guys who came on their own as well. Because it wasn't all single seats, but it seems like there were spare single seats around me.
You said
so
that's
it
why
was
you got a good
dotted
seat
around.
as well. Where were you
Yeah.
sitting? Stalls.
Stalls. So the stage is to my right, and I'm in the first row of stalls, like the first batch, the first block.
Nice.
That one, I was at the
Premium.
back seat of the first block is stalls.
Okay.
So I had 2 spare seats next to me. 2 warm-up acts come on. They were okay. Weren't anything special. Then they had an intermission. And by the time Bert came on, there was a couple who sat next to me. 2 spare seats. I thought, this is great. But the couple showed up. They didn't laugh once.
In what, the main act?
The whole show.
Okay. Were they clearly from the UK?
I didn't hear them laugh, so I couldn't guess.
No, but looking at them,
They looked like they were British, yeah.
oh, okay. Because sometimes I don't know why you'd go, but if you don't understand the humor, or you're not translating it quick enough, you might not get it.
Potentially. I mean, they looked British. It doesn't mean that they are, right? They looked it.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, cool. You're clearly unhappy here. Fine.
Wow, like proper ducky face.
It was
just
like
stoned. Maybe he was stoned. Could
he
this be
didn't
a
look it.
possibility?
He didn't look it. He didn't look phased out or
glazed
anything. So this guy's not laughing.
Yeah.
Fine. The show's going on. Bert's doing well. Everyone's clearly had too much to drink at this point around me. And there's one young guy in front of me who's an absolute little shit.
What, heckler?
This guy,
Heckler.
he was laughing louder than everyone on purpose, but he was making random sounds halfway through when Bert was speaking.
Okay.
Huh, meh,
Did the laugh he's doing?
meh.
Did the laugh he's doing?
I can't do it.
Was it like an extended, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Actually,
Disproportionate.
that's a very good impression. Yeah,
Disproportionate
I'd say that.
to-
It didn't make sense what he was doing.
So the timing and the
and
quality.
whenever the guy would say something, he'd like point to his friends like this, pretending like the guy can fucking see him. I said, dickhead, we're in darkness. He can't see you. And he's doing all these random sounds and shit. Yeah, dickhead. So he's doing all these sounds and shit.
Yeah.
And it crosses your mind. Everyone's looking at him and you think, do you be the person to stand up and say something?
Like,
and
throw that dickhead out.
listen, just calm yourself, innit? You're clearly being annoying.
Yeah.
His mates were not reacting to anything he was saying
Were they
either
also
around
drunk?
him. They weren't as drunk as him by the looks of it. They were trying to enjoy the show. But he was doing something and he'd look around for approval like this. And he kept on going. And I'm thinking, oh,
Just
you're
an
getting
idiot.
worse.
Idiot.
And people around me are looking at him thinking, shut up. So you think, do I tell this guy to pipe down and shut up? But then you're thinking, you don't know how drunk someone is and what they're like when they're drunk. So maybe
As
they're gonna try and get physical. Maybe they're gonna try and cause a problem.
This is one of those where it could be a small thing,
Yeah.
but it becomes a massive thing.
Yeah.
And
And you just
potential
leave it.
harm
So I
and
just
you
thought, you know what? He'll blow himself out. Eventually he did. He just calmed down after about half an hour.
fell asleep, comatose.
The great thing about Bert is that he is a fantastic storyteller. I put him amongst like top 3 storytellers I've ever heard because he can tell a standard story about his family, make it sound so good that his life is great. But it's just a normal story about his family
that we could have.
But he
how he's telling it.
emphasizes it so well and he tells it so beautifully. And I just sit there and think, that's an art, how you're able to do that. So he uses his family as material all the time.
Good.
And
As do we.
that's his never-ending stream forever. So he's gamed the system. And he's got such loyal fans that they will ask him to retell old stories. So they'll shout things out and they'll be like, Bert, tell this story. He's like, remind me how it goes. And then someone will say it. He'll be like, all right, got it. And then I'll go. And obviously he's got his famous story about being the machine and how he joined the Russian mafia when he was a kid. He told that at the end from start to finish again. And everyone loves it. And the crowd goes wild whenever they hear it.
So this is interesting. So here's comedy, because obviously there's different comedy styles.
Yeah.
There's no observational comedy, per se.
Very slight,
So
very,
it's
very
all
slight.
about his life.
Yeah, it's all about his life and observations about his life and his family and situations he's been in. So he told a story about him being in a raffle show, going to a raffle event at a school. How are you going to make that funny? He made it hilarious.
Like you said, so it's not what you do.
Or
it's how
he
you
went
do
to an auction with his daughter. That was hilarious. It's just how he does it. He emphasizes small points very well.
It's like live editing.
What would you mean?
So sometimes I look at our stuff, you know, when we get the reels
Yeah.
and it's edited, I'm like, yo, that looks even funnier than when we actually did it in the podcast.
Yeah.
Because edited well, right? Like the effects and the angles and the shit.
He must record it, listen to it back, tweak bits every time that he tries it and then makes it better and better each time.
So when I sat with the Suk, who we had on the podcast, Suk Rosling, so she was saying this thing about how when comedians are, you know, testing material, they record all this stuff. Right?
Yeah.
And then there are certain jokes they say we build on, we use again and again and again. They become like a, you know, somebody going to get a real bad recipe, as example.
Yeah.
And so I've seen Suk a few times now, and I've seen how the joke has evolved, how she knows exactly where to stand, where to look, where to pause, body posturing.
Yeah.
And it just bangs even more every time. Just like live editing. That's what I meant by that expression. But it's not that you had a fantastic night.
It was good, man. It finished about 10-ish. He didn't have a phone ban in there either. He didn't have the Yonder bag or anything like that.
The Americans tend to do that.
Yeah, but I don't think
Kevin Hart.
Number one, I don't think he's big enough for it monetary wise. It doesn't make sense for him. Yeah. He's not telling anything super exclusive in that way.
Well, it's about his life.
And fans are quite loyal. They didn't get their phones out. They got it out at the end when he was saying bye.
Interesting.
Otherwise, he was fine. Obviously, he gets on stage, he takes his shirt off immediately because he's fat, and he just shows his belly. That's his USP, and people go wild when he does it.
And then he puts it back on?
No, he leaves it off the whole show.
The whole show, he's half Nanga.
That's his thing. That's his whole character.
People, I think we might be onto something here. So something that's coming very soon.
The reason why it works for him, Gaurav, is because he's obese.
Chop.
That's why it works for him.
You could get the cheese khaya kar.
I'm not doing the cheese, no.
Aloo matar na tu khaya kar. So something we're going to do very, very soon is challenge segments. I'm not going to disclose what they are at the moment, but we can do some funny stuff, okay? Mainly going to be torturing Indy on the podcast live. It's been agreed by Sanj.
No, it's funny. You're going to torture me. Yeah. I'm the one that edits it. Yeah. Do you think I'm going to be the one that puts it out?
Sanj?
What do you think she's going to do? Oh, Indy, can you edit it? Yeah, working on it.
Sanj?
Boss. That's
Sanj,
what I'll say.
Have words with this one, okay?
I'll say, I'm working on it.
How do you feel about that?
I feel about what?
Just one episode. One segment with your top off. Good.
No.
You got such a beautiful body.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Let's not flatter things here. No, I don't. Okay. But okay, it works for him because he's obese and he's got a massive belly and people love it. He was chugging beers on stage, everything. He was a very good showman and he's very good at his act. So I was happy I saw him because I listened to his podcast, Two Bears, a lot. Okay. So worth it. Definitely fun going on your own. Don't not go on your own. You still have a good time. If anything, you can just go enjoy it and come home. You don't have to dissect it. You can just simply take it in and leave.
That's nice. Yeah. I like that. So you had a good experience. You dressed up for yourself.
Yes.
I like that. You swagged out.
Yes.
Because you're in fashion.
Yes.
And you've shown that you can have a good time on your own.
Perfect.
And
what do you need?
Especially after you're married.
Yeah.
It's nice sometimes, isn't it?
It's light work.
That's why we started a podcast.
Yeah.